Wow, we're really doing this, aren't we? Hello, everyone. What, 5 viewers. I only see two in my thing here. Hi, Ben. Thank you for the host. Like immediately, upon not even knowing what you're getting yourself into here, but I appreciate you guys coming out. I'm gonna play a little bit of games here. Got Donkey Kong Country 2. Um, so why don't we jump into it? Uh, you know, disclaimer, I've A, not done this in a long time. B, I've not done this solo. So this is going to be an experience. I'm also using completely new software and everything. So this will be a learning experience, and it will also be possibly a train wreck. Train wreck, excuse me. Both fun to watch. Um, but yeah, I mean, I tested this all yesterday. Had my brother like helping me out. We were going back and forth, testing all the levels and everything. Let me know, how they are. Like when the game kicks in, you'll be able to tell. Obviously, I'm too loud. I'm too quiet. Game's too loud. Game's too quiet. Um, issues that I am aware of. Unfortunately, I think we are going to be getting a. When I'm silent, you will probably hear some like background hissing. That is because it is very hot in here, and I tried leaving the fan off, and that was not going to happen. Um, Also, because of the way I'm set up, excuse me, uh, this setup is a monstrosity. I've got a railroad system of wires going here. Um, and I've got my computer and my microphone barely fitting on a tiny little TV dinner thing, table. And I am close to the TV, so the mic is probably, I'm going to keep it low, but it's probably also going to pick up some of the game audio, so you might hear, a little bit of doubling up. Let me know if it gets too obnoxious. I'll, adjust that as well. Um, but yeah, I don't know a lot of this. I don't know. I'm looking at the chat. I've never interacted with the chat in my past streams, really. I've not had to, keep an eye on that. But I will attempt to do so and talk to you guys. I don't know how far, what the latency on that is. But let's, get right into it. So let's find out if this is going to let me know if that's too much or if that's blasting your ears out. I don't even hear anything on my end. There, I hear a little bit. As you can see, playing on the Wii U, which was, I don't know if you know this, there was a console before the Switch that Nintendo made, called the Wii U, and nobody had it. So there's a little trivia for you. But no, truth is, I have this game on, original console. I have the console right here. I have the game right here. But for sake of easiness, I guess, in this being, the first stream, it's just easier to go through a system that uses an HDMI setup rather than going through the composite cables and everything. And plus, and I did test that as well yesterday, and that was an adventure. But let's be honest, the SNES, I tested the N64. boy, do they look bad on an HDTV. So at least I have this on the Wii U. I figured not only is it easier, it's going to look a little bit crisper, a little bit nicer. Obviously everything's upscaled, but it's not upscaled in such a way that looks terrible, blurry, I don't know. But yeah, and maybe this is a weird game to be starting with. I'm not really, but with all the Mario imagery on the channel that you're going to be seeing, and, you know, just general Mario association with myself, first stream, here I am playing a game that's not even really a Mario game. Extended Mario game. Extended Mario universe. You know. Mario Cinematic Universe, or rather. That's what MCU stands for. They want you to believe it stands for something else. But, you know, here on NikoPlayGameTime, as I am apparently calling it, we got the facts for you. I mean, look how much we've already learned. We learned about that the Wii U exists, and we learned what MCU stands for. And with that, I've run out of material. So, but no, I mean, thank you guys so much for coming here. This is, to be very candid with you, this is very nerve-wracking. And I, right when I sent out the tweet that I was starting in about half an hour, I'm like, alright, let's get everything set up, you know, physically and, you know, with the software. And it was not working, and I could not figure out why. I mean, you may have seen that the stream did not start directly at 7 o'clock, which, you know, who cares? There's 5 of us here. But, you know, what the hell is streaming? Why would any of us put ourselves through this? Because the technological, you know, experience and know-how that you need to be able to do things, even when you have it, you know, you get like, you know, these famous streamers, I mean, famous relative, how do you want to use that, but, you know, people who have been doing this, people who have made a career of this, will go live and say, it's not working. I don't know what's happening. I can't figure this out. And I think that is a testament to how screwed up, I mean, maybe not screwed up. I mean, I'm sure the people who make these programs and these devices and everything for streaming, you know, they do what they can, but boy, do I hope someday we get it a lot more streamlined. But, don't expect very much from me in terms of doing, you know, outlandish, I mean, the fact that I had a starting soon screen is about as much, you know, extended features that I can really offer, at least at the moment. I never know if you have to, for 102%, if you have to visit all the Kongs that are not necessary, so I just do it anyway. So that is why I just visited Cranky and left. But yeah, I mean, my setup is atrocious. My mic is not terrible, but not the best. Like I said, I mean, how is everything? Are we? I mean, I haven't seen anybody complain, but I also am having trouble keeping up with the chat, which is something that I'm going to have to learn how to do. Maybe I can look in my breaks and, you know, screen transitions and stuff like that. And I've both been wanting to do this for a long time, and also holding off on doing this for a long time for various reasons, but the main reason being, I never... Whoops. The main reason being, I always felt like these sorts of shows, or whatever you want to call them, needed at least 2 people, you know, for like a podcast feel. And I never thought that I could handle this on my own and not have somebody to, you know, bounce jokes and conversation off of. And to be quite honest, it feels really weird just being here talking to, like, there's nobody else in the room. But I think that as I watched more people stream over time, I started realizing, like, streaming versus, say, a Let's Play. I thought there were coins there. Maybe that's the GBA version. You know, streaming versus a Let's Play. Let's Play, I feel like, has a different feel to it because it's not live and there is no chat to... I mean, thank God you guys are here. That I can at least, you know, peek over and maybe I will... I mean, I haven't really talked to anybody yet because I'm, like, explaining myself here, but I will, as time goes on, talk to you guys. But my point being, the fact that there's a chat puts me at ease. And streams, like every stream that I've watched, which is really not much, but I watched like a couple well-known people, and then I watch, you know, some of my friends and stuff, and the more I watch them, the more I realize, oh, this is like a chill, you know, we're just having fun. Where is... Alright, so it just gives off a different feel, I think, that allows for, you know, dead air. You can do it alone. You don't need at least a partner to constantly be talking and constantly be making jokes. I would not come in here expecting very good jokes or very good conversation, but we'll see. Oops. I mean, I hope to make this a regular thing. Like, if this goes alright, and, where I looked over and Unguard was gone. See, that's the dangers of looking at chat. You gotta sacrifice gameplay for interactivity. And I don't know which one you guys are here for. I hope it's not the gameplay. I hope it's not the interaction either, to be honest. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Apologies as well. When I did the test for this yesterday, and I just did it with Mario Maker, and then I tested the N64 with Mario 64, because that's what was in the N64 at the time. I played it back, and It sounded alright, but I noticed I was sniffling a lot. And, I mean... Oh, shit. No, get back here. Alright, missed the DK coin already. I noticed I was sniffling a lot. And... I don't know if that's a thing I do all the time, because... I have never felt like my nose... This is a great conversation, you know, for the first stream. I have never felt like my nose has not been clogged up. But hearing that played back, I was like, oh, these sniffs are gross and annoying. So I'm going to try and be mindful of that. But I apologize if you just hear me, you know, sniff once in a while. It's probably allergies. It seems like it's worse than it is on, you know, the usual occasions, but, you know, another disclaimer for you. There's the DK coin. We're going for clearly perfect here. Perfect speedrun. Which is why we're going to visit Swanky. Because he's got good music. He's a cool Kong. I'm just now. I apologize for now the delay in epic gameplay. I'm just reading all the chat that I missed. I honestly need to have an audience to bounce off because I'm so scatterbrained. I mean, I can't imagine if I was doing this as a Let's Play, and, you know, with no one, and I would just have to constantly be talking to myself. I'm not... I just have this innate feeling of embarrassment for everything that I do, and one of those things... I have... like, horrible phone anxiety. And I don't really know why. I guess it's because I'm not seeing the person face to face. And I think it's partially because I don't like anyone hearing me talk when there's no one else to be talking to. Even if they logically know, oh, he's on the phone. Or he's doing, like, a chat or something. It just feels weird to me. Like, when I would make cartoons and when I would record the voices, I had to... I couldn't do it when other people were in the house. I just felt... And, like, not that they were even going to be listening to me and, like, judging me, but it was just in my head that, like, this is an embarrassing thing to do. And, right now, nobody is here. My family is, in fact, out right now. But I don't think that is going to be the case for every stream. So there will be, you know, future ones where I will have to confront that embarrassment of talking and having them hear me say stupid shit to a audience while I'm playing a game, and I don't know. I don't know why that stuff bothers me. Low self-esteem. And this, I mean, I said earlier that this was an odd choice for the first stream, just, you know, based on me. Not that odd, but, I have not been paying attention to what I'm playing so far. This has all been autopilot. This is not pre-recorded. I'm not just talking over a video of me playing from earlier. But this is a game I've played so many times. I mean, most of my library, honestly, I can do fairly with my brain just turned off and do all right. So, and I would like to I mean, the stuff I want to stream is all over the place. I know this is getting, really ahead of myself, but, I mean, I want to stream a lot of stuff that I'm really familiar with. I want to stream some stuff that I'm not familiar with. I may stream games that are brand new, like when they come out, I may stream it. I've never been too interested in doing that, because then I feel like I don't, depending on what the game is, I feel like maybe I don't enjoy it because I'm concentrating too much on trying to make it into a show. But, alright. I mean, I have a whole list of things. I would like to stream, say, Mischief Makers is on my list, because I have that and I've never finished it, and I've never gotten very far in it, so a game like that would be, I think, fun to stream, but at the same time I can't do autopilot like I am now, so it'll be interesting to see how different the two are. I mean, I downloaded Doom today on the Switch, original Doom, and I would like to stream that maybe soon, since it just came out. Not just came out, but was just put on the Switch, and now I can stream it. Doom was on my list of things to stream, and I was going to do the Game Boy Advance version via the Game Boy player on the GameCube, which would have been really visually bad. Audibly bad as well. That's not a bad port, but it's not something that was meant to be seen on a larger screen, I don't think. So now we got like true original Doom 93, and I would like to at least, I don't know how many games I'm gonna do full playthroughs of. Like, I mean, it depends. I would at least like to do like episode 1 of original Doom, because I'm somewhat familiar with it. When you get into like episode 2 and 3, I start to fall apart, and episode 4, the added one, I've never finished. And I've never beaten Doom 2, I don't think. But, I don't know. That's all on the table. I mean, if you guys have any suggestions of things that you want me to play, send them my way. You don't have to, do it right now, but, via Twitter or wherever you want to contact me. If you're like, hey, this might be good if you have this. For reference, all I got is Nintendo systems. I am not really a Nintendo purist by design. That's just how it ended up. The only other consoles I have, are I have a PlayStation that a friend gave me, and I never bought any games for it. And I have a PSP with 3 games on it, 2 of which are remakes of games that were originally on Nintendo. So, I mean, if the things that are really out of the realm of possibility at this point within Nintendo systems, anything that was on the DS or the 3DS. Except, we got the Wii U here. That had some DS games on the Virtual Console. Depending on money stuff, maybe I'll download like New Super Mario Brothers or something and see how that goes. I don't have any DS games on the Virtual Console, so I don't know how they are. But, yeah. Those are the only things really out of the realm of possibility. I got an NES, got an SNES. Game Boy can be played through Super Game Boy. Game Boy Player for Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance. N64, GameCube, Wii, Wii U, Switch. So, the possibilities are literally endless. Mitri, I already fed Iggy. You can, I was waiting for... my brother just came into the chat to tell me to feed the cat. Because he is not here. He is at a concert right now. Seeing, shit, who are they seeing? Fuck. Mitri, are you still here? Who are you guys seeing? But yeah, he texted me and I was waiting for a window of opportunity to pause and quietly text him back that I did in fact feed our cat. But, no, thank you. He's good. Iggy is good. If I had face cam, I would bring Iggy in here with me as a guest host. But, I'm never going to do face cam. I have no desire to do that. Maybe on, a special occasion, depending on what that special occasion may be. I have no idea. I have no desire to be on camera in this capacity. And frankly, the way I'm set up, it's not really possible. You'd be seeing the side of my face, or in maybe. And there's nothing to see. You're not missing anything. I'm not gonna have any... Shit. I'm not gonna have any epic reactions that you will need to clip and share on your YouTubes for trending topics and other buzzwords. So see, there's the dead air. Now I'm curious, were you guys hearing significant background noise there? I.e., you know, like the hissing of a fan, or just the echo of this game because it might be being picked up through the mic. I am not terribly concerned about that. I don't... Again, this is not a professional operation. So, I do not expect high quality in any area. Did I think that's just... I thought I was missing something. Oh shit.
voices enough. Sounds good on my desktop. Speakers all the way up. Looks good. Sounds great. Agree. Everything sounds great.
That's awesome. Thank you guys. I'm glad we've had no real hiccups so far. I know there is going to be a stream at some point where it is going to be necessary for me to get up for one reason or another, and I will forget about the massive amount of wires I have going here, and I'm going to trip over them, and the stream is suddenly going to go offline. And boy, will that be fun. I know it's gonna happen. It has almost happened a few times already in setting this up. So that's just inevitable. Excuse me one sec while I take a drink. My mouth is incredibly dry, which does not usually happen. And I don't know if that's... I don't think it's from talking. I think maybe it's more from nerves. But I got my trusty water here. It's orangey. I put this I'm trying to drink more water. I really am. I've been cutting back on soda, even though I just had a soda today. They make it very hard. I'm trying to drink more water, and I'm not one of those people who hates, you know, just water by itself because there's like no taste to it. But I do prefer a little bit of something. So I buy these, there's only one flavor I kind of really even like. This little Mio called little squirty thing that you squirt into water. It's orange vanilla flavored, which orange vanilla in general is one of my favorite things, one of my favorite flavors for just anything. So the fact that they have this is great, and I put a little bit in there, so there's just a vague slight taste of orange vanilla, and it's good. And I don't know how much worse that makes it health-wise. I can't imagine it's that bad, but I mean, it helps on the road to just drinking water. Because I have been trying to be a little healthier, I guess. I'm not a health nut. I should exercise more, for sure. But in terms of eating, I've definitely just been trying to eat less. And it's a hard thing to be conscious of. And you go to like restaurants and stuff, and they serve you so much, and you feel obligated to eat it all till you're like bursting. And I'm trying to be more mindful of just stopping ahead of time. I lost like 30 pounds out of the blue. This is not me bragging or anything. It's just a thing that happened, and I have no idea how it happened. I was, excuse me one second. I was 200 pounds back in like September or October, and I had gone to the doctor for some. I was having some weird things with my heart, and we didn't know what was going on. Turned out to be nothing. It's just me being a hypochondriac. But they did find some stuff that he was like, you know, this is high, that's high, cholesterol, triglycerides, whatever, you know, those things. He didn't say, you know, you got to go on a diet or anything, but he said, you know, be mindful of it. These are not an outstanding thing. But and I went back I went back in like December, I think, for something, or maybe January, for something different, and I was 170, and I didn't even know it. Excuse me 1 second. I've got another text, I apologize. Yeah, I went back, and suddenly I was 30 pounds lighter, and I don't know how it happened. And even the nurse, I get the same nurse every time, and like I know her. And she was like, I was gonna say you look different, and I'm like, really? I don't notice any. If I look at like a picture of myself from then versus now, I don't think I look any different. And then like I started having, like, I was talking to my neighbor one day, and he's like, you look really good. Like, you look noticeably thinner. I was like, really? So, I mean, I guess it's one of those things, like, why would you notice it about yourself? But, I don't know. And, I did... The moment I really realized that something did... Like, people weren't just saying things, and it wasn't just, like, a weird... Like, oh, the scale was wrong, or something. I went to put on a pair of pajama pants one night that I had not worn since the previous summer, because it was spring and it was starting to get warm. And I got this pair of pajama shorts, and I went to put them on, and they just fell off. And they were tight on me previously. And it was like, wow, that's a thing that happened that I didn't even notice. Again, I have no idea. There was no conscious effort to lose weight. It just happened. And I don't know if it was a medication thing. Because I am on various things that seem to change on a monthly basis. And you never know what side effects you're going to get, and a lot of them either cause... I mean, they cause one weight thing or another, where it increases your appetite, or it just naturally makes you gain weight. And that's not that big of a concern for me, but I would like to be in control of that and not the medicine, but I don't know. I don't know how we got into that topic, but... Oop, get back here.
My Nona used to say, all you have is your health. All the time I see more and more what she meant.
Yeah. As you get older, that becomes very apparent. And not to imply that I am of any sort of status age-wise that would be, you know, have... I don't want to say that I'm somebody who has been around the block, because I have not. But you just kind of notice those things about, like, things that you never worried about before are now a huge concern, just with your body and your health and things like that. And you never know what's going to happen and when. You could be as healthy as you can possibly be, and something could still happen to you. And it's best just to not think about it. It's best to just play video games that take your mind off of everything. Grab a game that you've played 1,000 times, that you can play on autopilot and talk while you do it. And, that'll make you forget everything.
Let's see what we got here. Why does my thing say 2 viewers, but the chat is showing 6 users?
Interesting. I don't know this program yet, so I don't know. I'm using Streamlabs OBS, which was recommended to me by a couple people. That was not what I was supposed to do there. And I've not used this in the past when I streamed. Aside from a stream I did at somebody else's house on somebody else's computer that wasn't even on my channel, we streamed Awesome Possum for the Sega Genesis. If you want to try and go find that. I think that's what we streamed. But in the past when I streamed, I just used the software that came with my capture card. And it was pretty bare bones. And this is a lot nicer, and it's something that I'm probably not even going to be able to take advantage of everything it has to offer. But I mean, it does have the options of, like, this starting screen that I did, which is a nice. It's nice to be able to have that and, like, switch between these little things, which is about as complex as I want to get with these streams. It's just nicer presentation-wise than just abruptly starting on the screen of a game. So I thought that was nice, and I didn't have that option before. It seems like it's a lot more customizable. Says 2 viewers. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I'm just happy that I even have to. Thank you guys for being here. Seriously. You know, hopefully in the future. I mean, I'm sure it depends on timing. I'll have to figure out when is a good time to stream, what day. You know, depending on, you know, who follows me, when they're available, whether or not they're even interested. I don't know. But I really appreciate you guys coming and chatting. Because, like I said, this is... essentially, this is not something I've ever done before. More or less. In terms of trying to provide entertainment, at least. Or, not even... I wouldn't even call this entertainment. I would call this a one-man podcast about nothing at this point. I haven't even told any funny jokes. So there's a thing, I want to try that actually. You can do, oh maybe, no, it won't work here. Never mind. I'm talking out my ass. I'll do it on a different one. There was a little trick you could do in some of these bonus areas that involve the animal friends, but not that one. I know this is, you know, GDQ levels of quality and, you know, tips and tricks from the pros here. But, this is a game that, despite owning since it came out, more or less, I never beat it 100% until way later on in my life. Not till it came out on Wii Virtual Console. For some reason, there was a long period of time where I had not played this or the original Donkey Kong Country, and I usually revisit games fairly often, especially compared to most people who will like go years without playing a game just because they don't have the time or the interest or whatever. I'll play the same game multiple times within a year, but for some reason there was a long period of time where I did not play Donkey Kong Country 1 or 2. I never owned 3 growing up, until I didn't own 3 till much later. So the time that they came out on the Wii Virtual Console, at that time my Super Nintendo was not working properly. And I had this sudden urge to revisit those games because it had been so long. And revisiting them after that long was like playing them for the first time. But I had realized I had never completed it, never completed either of them fully, nor did I even know how. And I had to look up, you know, like that in Donkey Kong Country 1, you need to find all the bonus areas to get 101%. I'm surprised I even beat the games as a kid. Just straight up, like, got to the final boss and finished. I'm surprised that even happened, because upon returning to them at the time, these games are really fucking hard. And now, since, you know, since that time when I reacquainted myself with them, I now know them like the back of my hand, and I can just kind of just sit here and do this. But it was kind of amazing to me how much I had missed and probably never would have found without the aid of, like, if I had never looked up on the internet specific bonus rooms and secrets and stuff, I would never have fully completed these games on my own. And now it's weird to not get the bonuses, because sometimes I'll come back to play these. This one in particular, I think. Most of the bonus rooms, you don't miss a whole lot in the level by going in them. Come on. But some of them do put you a decent ways past certain parts of the level, and I will occasionally go back and try to play them without taking the bonus route, and there's this whole section of level that I don't remember and is very difficult. So, I mean, this is honestly one of my favorite games of all time. Possibly in my top 5, definitely in my top 10. Definitely, I would say this is my second favorite Super Nintendo game after Yoshi's Island, which I I will absolutely stream that at some point. Because that is my favorite game of all time. But, barring Mario Maker 2, which is kind of like a different category altogether.
Oh, sorry, Danny. I didn't see you leave.
If you're watching this later, then I retroactively thank you for coming. And I will see you guys later.
When I was doing a bunch of games after I moved here, I 100%ed them because I had nothing better to do. Did a bunch of Kirby games in a row because I could.
Yeah, Kirby games were another one that I never really, like, fully completed most of them. Like, Dreamland 2, Dreamland 3, Kirby 64. I never got, like, the true final boss and all that.
DKC3 I was convinced was a bad game, but honestly had fun with it. Except trying to figure out the thing I had to skip.
Oh, where you have to skip Kitty across the water. That is very hit or miss. And I would like to stream that. I would like to stream the Game Boy Advance version of that at some point. But, and I for a while too had it in my mind, like I said, I didn't own that one, and I guess it was partially because I didn't really like it. I had rented it at Blockbuster a few times. It also might have been in part due to the fact that the N64 was out by that time, and, you know, why would you want to play a Super Nintendo game? Or why would you want to spend money on a Super Nintendo game at that point anyway? So I wasn't very familiar with it, and I didn't remember much of it till around the same time that when I was getting reacquainted with 1 and 2, I was like, alright, it's time to play 3, and I was essentially going in blind. I barely remembered anything about it. And my initial thoughts, just the general aesthetic of the game was... I didn't like... I kind of don't like it very much compared to the first two. But as the years have gone on, I have come to appreciate that one a lot more for what it is, even if it's not quite on the same level that I would personally put the first two. It's still a good game. But yeah, the parts where you have to skip Kitty across the water, and that's only in 2 levels. And one of them, it's like the 3rd level, and that's just to get in a bonus barrel, and it's no big deal. And then one is on the river level with the bees chasing you. And you gotta try and get in there on 2 occasions and do this almost... I don't know if that's like a frame-perfect thing. You basically roll onto the water and as Kitty and jump when you hit the water, and you get a big boost to areas that you would not normally be able to reach. But yeah, on that other level, you got to worry about these bees, and then you get hit, you lose Kitty, and then you can't do them. Sometimes I just damage boost and use Dixie, because it's not worth the effort of going back and forth and hoping, you know, will Kitty perform the jump this time? But and I don't like Kiddy Kong very much. Oop. Thankfully, they took out the blinding light in this. That's another good thing about the Wii U version. God damn it. When you would turn back and forth like this, in the original SNES version, there would be like 1 frame of light as if, you know, Glimmer is facing the screen. They did the same thing in the first game with Squawks in Torchlight Trouble. And that could... I mean, it was hard to look at. It is hard to play the level because you just get this white frame, and it was annoying. And on a much more important note, could very well have caused seizures for some people. So they obviously edited that out, and it just made it a whole lot nicer to play these levels. Which I'm never a fan of dark levels with, you know, a minimal light source in general. But it's not too bad. I mean, I used to hate this one as a kid, but now it's like I know it well enough that it doesn't bother me, so... The Squawks level in DKC1 is not as bad. Because it's like a cave and it's platforming. It's not swimming. It's not as dark, I don't think. I am going to have to take a very quick break, less than a minute, hopefully, in a moment. I'm just going to do this real quick. I did not prepare a BRB screen because I didn't think I would need one. I didn't expect these streams to be very long enough to like warrant breaks. So I don't have anything prepared for that. I have a technical difficulties screen, if you want that. Nah, I won't. You can just sit. I will be right back. I apologize. Just listen to Funky's music here for a little bit, and I will be right back. Okay, sorry about that. I also have received some text messages. I never get text messages. I go live for the one time, and now I'm getting text messages. I don't think I have to respond to any of them. I apologize again. I think one person joined and is now just looking at a map screen. I'll have to prepare a BRB screen, I guess. I don't know what I should put on it. This was all the screens and the header and like all the assets I made for this are very much subject to change. I mean, I would probably, you know, continue to switch them around as time goes on, just for variety anyway. But these were very quickly and haphazardly thrown together. I don't have a lot to work with on my new computer yet. I just threw a bunch of stuff together in Flash, took some old photos or stuff that I could use. I think it's good enough for my audience of 4 right now. Thank you guys. I I will be putting these on YouTube because I can, I guess. I don't know who's gonna watch them. I mean, why would you want to watch somebody you don't even know not live? Like, nobody's gonna be like, you know, I'm doing stuff around the house. I need some background noise. Why don't I put on Nico and Esty playing Donkey Kong Country 2? Nobody's doing that. Not yet, anyway.
I just realized I could text you too, but I won't.
Feel free. I mean, if you ever want to just make my phone go off, it's open. You know, I don't mind. I really don't. Any notifications. I just found it funny that the one time I am involved in something where people are watching and I have to be kind of like on and attentive, that I am suddenly getting some messages. I love the sound those crockheads make. I said crockheads, not crackheads, for clarification. I love the sound they make, and I don't think they make any sound in the remake. Oh, here we go. Rattle Battle has... This is a bop, this song. Well, you're not going to hear it just yet, but... David Wise. My god. He is my favorite video game composer, bar none. I mean, I have a lot of favorites. There's... Video game music is important. Okay? And I think it is probably not taken seriously because it's music in video games, but it's fucking music. But yeah, Dave Wise does amazing stuff. He did this entire soundtrack for DKC 2. He did a good chunk of DKC 1. When they remade DKC 3 for the Game Boy Advance, he completely overhauled the soundtrack for that. Which I was never fond of the original for the most part, even though it was composed by Evelyn Fisher, or Evelyn Novakovic, as I think she is now. And she did about half of the original DKC soundtrack. What am I... I'm only half paying attention, I apologize. She composed about half of the original DKC soundtrack, and to be honest, I like more of her songs from the first game than I do of David Wise. But the DKC 3 soundtrack, I am not a big fan of. It just kind of is. But when they remade it for the Game Boy Advance, excuse me, I knew that was going to happen. I told you about the sniffles. He completely overhauled the soundtrack, completely new music for the game. And to be honest, some of them do not fit the levels as well as Evelyn Fisher's compositions, but I mean, as music, they're so much better. For the most part, I mean. And then, obviously, he came back for Tropical Freeze and fucking knocked it out of the park with that. Amazing soundtrack. I get chills, seriously, listening to certain tracks from Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. To hear those I am amazed now, you know. Obviously, I grew up hearing video game music like this. You know, composed with... Well, I shouldn't say because I don't know the terms and, like, what was used to make these songs. But they're not real instruments, is my point. And for us to have come so far in video games to use full-blown orchestras, but even just the opportunity to use actual recorded real instruments, to hear, you know, Sticker Bush Symphony in Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. That was amazing to me. Which, I think we're, no, we're one level out from Sticker Bush Symphony. Another. Actually 2 levels because of the Lost World.
Putting away laundry to the soft sounds of Nico and Esty playing DKC2.
Some DKC2 ASMR Nico and Esty here for you. The quiet sounds of creme quay to quell you to sleep or to whatever household task you are doing.
I could have taken that opportunity to do the Funky Kong ASMR. I don't think it fucking mattered.
Hey dudes.
I'm not gonna do it. I may, I wonder if that scared off every, viewer except for Sam. I don't know how that sounded either. I will have to listen to that back and see how that turned out. I am very curious. Because this mic, honestly, I bought it around the time I bought my Mac, so like early 2010, and it got barely any use because I never made a fucking cartoon when I had my Mac, so I never recorded anything. And I don't even think this mic now is really of the best quality. But, god damn it, I spent money on it, and I'm gonna fucking use it. At least for a little while. Because I can't afford another one anyway, so... Oh, shit. Missed the, Yeah, I don't think I can get back up there. No. Sorry, I want the bonus. I want the DK coin. Sometimes you try to switch Kongs and they will just not switch. Oh, fuck off. I don't know if that's gonna matter. That doesn't usually happen. Problem right there, if you jump on the dragonfly while holding the cannonball will fall and despawn. Sometimes, I think. I don't know. I just remember doing it once and then remembering every time getting there to never do that again, because then you can't use the cannonball to get into the bonus. So there's another hot tip for you. You know, if you did not know this game from 1995 in and out already, you're going to know it by watching this. That I can promise you. And I can't promise much. Here's what I can promise. That I will be limited to Nintendo games. that my voice is deep. I think that's it. I think that is all I can do. Nintendo games in deep voice. Oh. Alright, see. The despawning is kind of weird in this game. Like, some things will stay active off screen, and some things will immediately go out of view and reset. But, I don't know a lot about that sort of stuff, so that is purely an observation. And not a comment on the game's mechanics. Because disclaimer, again, how many disclaimers is that tonight? I am not a game designer in any form, and probably never will be, because I don't have the patience for that. I made a couple of my own games back in the day, and that was enough of a taste of it for me. And they were very, very simplistic. Shoutouts to anyone who played Nario's Adventure. You the real MVP. How long have I been? Are we really almost like an hour and a half already? I don't know how long or how late I'm gonna go. I'm just gonna, you know, like when I get to a point that I feel like stopping and it's also a good place in the game to stop, I'll stop. There is no set schedule for these streams. There is no set time limit. If you want to know when these are happening, just follow me on Twitter. Or turn on notifications on Twitch, I guess. I don't have very many places that I could advertise this, to be honest. It's really just Twitter and Instagram. I posted about it. And I don't know if that even did any good. So. But I would like to... I'm having a good time. I would like to do this more often. Maybe, like I said earlier, maybe find out ahead of time if, you know, when people are available and when they would, like, actually be able to come and show up. Not to say I expected an audience of double digits even, but I didn't know what I was gonna get. Anyway, here we go. Everybody's favorite, Sticker Bush Symphony, aka Sticker Brush Symphony, depending on what source you have looked at for this. Dave Wise commented on that once, whether it was Sticker Bush or Sticker Brush. And I believe he just said both are correct. So, I always said Sticker Bush. I mean, I'm sure most people just call this music, like, Bramble Scramble. But it doesn't matter what you call it. It's just a good fucking song that I'm talking over. Sorry, I gotta read this one. I remember like a minigame with Mitri.
like the little spider dudes having weird... Oh, that's different. I'm not...
I did make some game about Mitri. Not Mitri my brother, but Mitri, Mitri the character. I forget what it was. That was later on, even. The first games I made were like during when I was like making Sprite comics, and I made a few. But then I came back like once I started the animated stuff. I made a couple of games to go along with that. That were just like little mini games, just to have something. And it was totally not necessary. Oh, missed the... Shoot. Oh. Yeah, I will never be a game designer. I barely understand what I'm doing right here. I am not tech savvy, despite what you would think. Just because I use computers to do things. Like, there is a lot of shit that I am constantly worried I do not know and need to know. But I wouldn't mind doing stuff for games. Whether it be like art-based or music or voice acting. I'd be down with that side of it. Just not the programming side. I can barely even fucking keep up with making Mario Maker courses. I can't fucking commit to anything. I don't like anything I make.
I love when your parents tell you shit like, oh, you're so good with computer, and then it turns out you just know the most basic shit.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. It was just that growing up, we knew how to, like, open a window in the background, and that impressed our parents. But, I mean, my parents complained all the time, and to this day, I am helping them, like, with their phones. Like, the smartphone has ushered in a new era of having to do shit for your parents with technology. Because they finally learned everything there was to learn about computers. And then they came out with smartphones, and it was like, well, I don't know anything again. And I think this is a pretty universal thing for people my age. And younger. And maybe even a little older. Anyone who was like a child or like a young adult or the teen at the time where like the internet was really starting to become popular. We just dicked around on the computer and figured shit out. And the parents didn't want to do that. And always said, well, you guys know everything. I don't understand how you learn just by like doing it, so why don't you just teach me? It's like, well, why don't you learn by doing what I did, which was just exploring? But at the same time, your parents end up exploring, and next thing you know, your computer has like Russian spies on it. So maybe that's not... Did that count as a hit? I don't think that did. I'm terrified of computer viruses because I had a lot back in the day, and then I switched to Mac, and I didn't have to deal with that shit. Plus with the iPhone, like, I didn't have to deal with that kind of stuff for like a decade. And now I got a Windows again, and it's like, what? Shit. What have I opened myself up to? But
we were more receptive to learning the new object than they were. My dad was in IT, so he didn't do that as much, but he did encourage me to try to learn more advanced things, and my mom was scared of my knowledge.
Yeah, I mean, it really was just, I mean, I remember we didn't even get a computer until 2000. So all my computer usage prior to... My grandparents had a computer before we did. So... And not that they were... I even, like, visited them very often. But I have memories of going to my grandparents' house and just playing on my grandpa's, like, Windows 95 and then, like, his Windows 98 computer. And just, like, playing with paint. And, like, I figured out how to use the magnifier. And I played Jez Ball. And it was a good time. And then, like, we got our own computer in 2000, and it was like, we knew some stuff from that, but, like, technology changes fucking fast, man. So I can definitely sympathize with not knowing and having to ask and being afraid, but there's a difference between just not bothering to learn and asking for everything to be done for you and actually, like, trying and then maybe, like, legitimately not knowing something or having, like, no frame of reference of how to do something and just being like, hey, can you help me with that? And it's fine.
My friend Jess recently found a code sign installer that installed a virus on Mac OS that she needed to report because the code signing was being abused, of course.
Huh. I mean, I'm sure Macs can get viruses. I don't even know what makes them less susceptible to it. I guess, is it just that most programs that are viruses just aren't compatible with Mac? I assume that was what it was. And when I bought this computer now, which is, you know, I'm back to Windows. I'm using Windows 10 now, which is another learning experience. But, you know, I went to Best Buy. I went to 2 different Best Buys, asked all these questions. I was mainly asking about, can I draw? Can I stream? That's all I wanted to tell me. The RAM and the gigabytes and the CPU and the Intel processor that I need to make a stream happen, because I couldn't do that on my Mac and I really wanted to. That's all I care about. And the last time I went to Best Buy, we went to finally, you know, purchase the actual computer, I had, like, my last few questions that I had thought to ask about, and, like, one was about the fact that this computer only has 1 USB port, and then, like, 2 mini USB ports. So I had to get, like, I have, like, a little USB hub thing going on now. But my other question was about, you know, security and virus protection. And they gave me this runaround. I mean, I said, I haven't used the Windows since XP. And I don't know how improved the security stuff is on these machines. And I had a girl, she was super nice. Everybody I dealt with was super nice. But she kind of gave me this run. She, like, really fast. She was like, "Oh yeah, we'll just get you web root. You can pay for that. It's a subscription. It's cheaper when you get it with the computer." And, like, I just, like, froze up and I'm like, "Yes, okay, do it." And I get home and I'm setting everything up. I'm having my brother help me because he's more technologically inclined than I am. He's familiar with Windows 10. And I said, I got confused because I turn on the fucking computer and there's the McAfee logo. And I remember fucking McAfee. And I said to my brother, "What's McAfee doing on here? I was told that I needed this external program. And he said, first of all, get rid of McAfee. Because that doesn't do shit. Which, I remember it not doing shit to our old computers. But he said, Windows 10 has built-in virus protection and security, and, you know, you're not so stupid that you're gonna be downloading, like, random apps and random programs that are potentially dangerous. So you don't really need to worry about, like, the extra protection. So now I got this, I gotta go back to Best Buy and return this WebRoot bullshit that they sold me, which is made by Best Buy. So, wonder why they sold it to me. Wonder why they told me that I didn't have any other options. So now I have to figure out how to return, the physical, like, disc thing. Actually, I don't even know I have like a jewel case, but I don't think there's a disc in it, because there's no disk drive on this computer. And I don't think anything's even done by disk anymore. So I don't know what this thing I have even is. But either way, I have to go back to Best Buy and figure out how to return a subscription. That was total bullshit. I bought a 3-year subscription. I was like, better get as much as I can. Better get all that virus protection in there.
Common sense really is the best antivirus, but uBlock Origin is helpful with potentially harmful ads.
Yeah, I mean, I got ad block. I don't plan on doing a lot of downloading of programs and stuff. I'm just worried that I'm going to, like, through mindless browsing, end up on, like, some bad site that will give me something. And I won't know how to, like, deal with it, but I think there's, I mean, Mac had it too, the backup thing. I think there are ways I can do that, at least, that I need to. There's not much to back up yet, so I haven't really done it, but I don't know. I like it so far. It's a nice little computer. And I mean, I don't really need it for more than art and streaming. I survived with only a phone for 11 months. So, you know, what a phone can do that a computer can't, or vice versa, actually. What a computer can do that a phone can't is, nowadays, is not that much. And I wonder, like, how many people even have home computers anymore. Here's the thing you can do. You will still get the Krem coin without defeating all of the enemies, because getting rid of your animal buddy counts as defeating one of the enemies. Again, hot tips. Did you know gaming? I'm gonna be actually on the next episode. I don't know if you guys knew that. Did you know Nico? Nico is going to be on Did You Know Gaming. That is absolutely false. I want to put that out there right now. I am not going to be on Did You Know Gaming. Ever. Probably. Why would I? If you believed that for any amount of time, that's your own damn fault. I would, however, I would love to do, like, voiceover stuff for, you know, things like that. Like, aside from voice acting, just voiceovers, like, just narrating things, or, like, reading an audiobook or something, I don't know. I think that would be cool. And, I don't know. Is my voice like horribly jarring to listen to on this, or is it all right? Ah, didn't manage the swag balloon. I did not name that, so don't yell at me for saying swag. That was a term I heard at GDQ like 5 years ago. If you can jump and get that invisible balloon without triggering the X barrel, that's the swag balloon. And I have done it. I swear to God, I've done it. You gotta believe me.
What time is it?
Almost 9. We can keep going.
Now I believe you just wanted to say something dumb.
Yep. I think that's, in its core essence, that's what streaming is, or at least is going to be for me, is just say something dumb. Out of material, say some stupid shit. And now I'm not saying anything. I mean, I would like to... I haven't... Because this is the first stream and I'm just kind of saying whatever comes to mind. It's... Things are just kind of happening. I would like to... you know, hopefully in future streams, like... Actually... have more conversation-based stuff. Tell stories. But tonight it's just kind of whatever comes out of my mouth is what you're getting. Because we're just testing the waters here. I think it's going alright. Like I said earlier, it'll be a different test altogether when I'm doing this in a full house and not by myself. Why did I get the O if I didn't get the K? I purposely did not get the K. But I got the O. Oh, that was brilliant.
Sitting on a link to the past randomized seed I generated a week ago when I learned you can have Paula as your overworld sprite? Did they add that? Because I don't remember that.
I mean, I only did one seed of that. Who did I even use? I already forget. Jesus Christ. That was like 3 weeks ago. Maybe more, but... I just did Link to the Past randomized, like, for the first time. Who the fuck did I pick? I don't think it was Luigi. Maybe it was. I thought I picked somebody that I didn't know existed already. Through, like, your runs or, like, other runs that I've seen.
Yeah, I remember, but I don't remember who you played either.
Now, see, if I streamed it, then we would have it on record. But I did not stream it. I don't think I'm going to be doing any streaming of... As much as I would like to do some randomized stuff, I don't think I'm going to be doing any of that on stream. I think everything I'm doing is just going to be through the consoles that I have. Because I have enough, you know. And there's constantly more coming out that I want, so... Video games are endless. I don't know what that meant. They're not endless. There's a limited supply of them. There's a lot, but, and you're probably never going to play every game ever. But,
It was Peach. It was Peach, yes.
because I was trying to think what I fit into the 4 characters for the name, and it was just P-E-C-H. So yes, it was Peach. I don't know why I'm saving on Virtual Console, but I swear to God, one time, not on the Wii U, but on the Wii, I was playing Donkey Kong Country 3, and I said, why do I need to worry about saving, you know? Like, I keep going back and saving. This isn't like my original Super Nintendo that's gonna crap out, and I swear to God, like a minute after I said that, the Wii froze. And that had never happened to me before or since. Oops. So I'm very, sometimes very liberal about saving things. But when it's something actual important, like a, say, I don't know, a drawing that I've been doing for 3 hours, and I haven't hit Control S in that amount of time, and something Flash decides to take one of its trademark craps, all of a sudden I don't remember to be liberal with the saves. Anyway, we gotta go fast. And that is the most Sonic content you are going to find on this, on this stream. That's not true. I very well may play a Sonic game on stream someday, just for, I don't know, shits and giggles. This is, fuck. This is another fantastic song. I fucking loved these levels as a kid. This fucking amusement park with the fireworks and, like, the awesome music and the roller coaster. Like, this was fucking awesome in 1995. And it's still great. They changed it to a sunset in the remake, and boy does that make a difference in how cool it looks. I apologize, this is not a good time for talkie, because I go fast. and me want get coin. There we go. Alright, we're good.
Play Sonic XL. I don't...
Know what that is, actually. Sonic Extra Large?
I don't know why you're hailing a flight every time you want to go to Concord.
No, it's totally unnecessary. I hit Funky once in every world because the first time you go to him, he costs 2 coins to fly. And, it doesn't fucking matter because this is Virtual Console and I'm not going to be, like, turning off my Super Nintendo and starting over with 0 coins. The purpose of that would be to spend the coins on Funky so you don't have to spend them in the future in case you come back to the game later on and have 0 coins and need to go to another world. It's totally unnecessary for me to be doing. Whoops. This song, it is not really much to it. Like, I don't have any opinion either way on it because it just kind of is. But one time I was playing this game and my brother heard it from the other room, and he heard the beginning of the song and thought it was Phil Collins, In the Air Tonight. And the drum pattern at the beginning of the song is like, I'll be quiet in a second, it's exactly the same almost. Like, he heard that, and I had never thought of that before, and like, it blew my mind, and I said, oh wow, that does sound, it's like the same tempo and everything. And I said, I wonder if somebody mashed that up somewhere online, and sure enough, first result on YouTube, it was like, I don't remember what I googled, maybe like DKC2 Phil Collins, and sure enough, there was the mashup. And I implore you to look that up, actually, if it's still up. The thumbnail is like an inverted color Rambi. It's like a green Rambi. And they do a little bit beyond just layering the 2 songs together. It sounds very cool. Like, for most of the song, you just have like this swamp ambience during Phil Collins. But when it gets to the I Remember part, you start hearing parts of the song that plays in Lockjaw's Locker. You start hearing bits of that, and then like when it gets to like the main part of the song near the end, it brings in the percussion from Mining Melancholy, and it gives me chills every fucking time.
Yeah, it's still up.
Links in chat for the one other person who's here if you want to look at that. I don't know who... Let me see what... Because I have not... See, my... I don't know if I have to refresh, maybe. It says 2 viewers, but it's showing way more than 2 viewers.
It's showing 6 viewers
in chat. I don't know which 2 are actually here. Well, obviously, Sam. Who is the other mystery viewer, I wonder? Or are they counting me? In which case, hi Sam. Enjoy your personal stream of Donkey Kong Country 2. I would consider tweeting it out again or something, but I mean, how long have I been going at this point? Almost 2 hours. Probably not gonna go that much longer. So I don't think there's any point of me notifying anybody to try and get 1 or 2 more viewers in here. Again, I didn't expect much. Obviously, I do hope that we will gain a more a more significant audience as this goes on, but I have no idea how to really put this out there any more than I am. I mean, maybe people who are, like, subscribed to my YouTube for whatever reason and have forgotten to unsubscribe will see the VOD of this and be like, oh, that's a thing, maybe I'll check it out. I don't know. But I've never known how to attract an audience, so I think it just kind of happens. Or you're either lucky or you're not. Or you do something viral. Something meme-worthy. And then people find you through that and then stay if they like you well enough. Which is obviously what I'm going to have to do. We gotta figure out what wacky, crazy antics I can get into. I think also maybe I should play a game people actually want to watch. Or are going to be looking for. Like, maybe I should have played Mario Maker because that's like a hot commodity right now. But I kind of didn't really want to stream Mario Maker. Because it would just be me, like, playing endless mode. And, like, skipping levels if I'm on expert. Or super expert. I would like to stream Mario Maker sometime, but I don't think there's that much point in it. If they do in fact add, like, the play with friends thing, that would be awesome to, like, stream while playing with the chat in Mario Maker. I would love to do that. But as it is now, there's not really that much point to it, I don't think. For me, anyway. Because I'm playing it so much already anyway. I'm over 180 hours into Mario Maker. One banana. I still need to make my first level. Yeah, I mean, I'm terrible about making levels. All of a sudden, for some reason, like, I went really gung-ho with the original Mario Maker and was, like, really cranking out the levels. And now I'm very, like, I'm too much of a perfectionist, and I'm like afraid everything I make is trash. just like with anything. So like great. Now it's carried over into video games for me. Thanks. But I mean, I can say to you, you know, just fucking go for it. Have fun. Make some levels. Just put them up. And then not take that advice myself. But you totally should. Because I love playing my friends' levels. That's so fun to be like, oh, I know the person who made this level. Like, I am playing a Mario course made by someone I know. Like, that's wild to me. And all my friends have pretty much been good level designers. I mean, I have a lot of, you know, creative friends, so that would explain it, but... And not to say that I expected them not to be, but it's just really cool to me. That it's like, oh man, they think up like this neat stuff like that you never would have thought of, and I guess it might be the same the other way around, like, you do stuff that they never would have thought of. So maybe I'll do that. If I do a Mario Maker stream, I'll just... And if I get enough of a chat and friends in here, I'll play people's levels. I think that would be a more fun thing to do than just, like, go on Endless and get random levels. Whoopsie. That might... No, I think I'm still good for the end. There's a bonus barrel at the end where you either need... You at least need Diddy, or you can get in there with both Kongs. And I'm coming up on it. Because otherwise you have to do that entire segment over, or the entire level over. Yeah, I should be good. I see a different color in chat. I will get to you in one moment. Alright.
Mr. Reviewer here, I really enjoy that you're playing DKC2. Not many people stream these classics.
Thank you. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. I don't know how long you've been here, and if you know that this is my first stream ever, more or less. First stream solo. But yeah, I mean, all the games I want to stream are like classics, like just stuff that I grew. Most of the games I want to stream are just things that I grew up with, and they're going to be a lot of stuff like this. So I don't think this is, you know, going to be easily found by like a random person on Twitch. Because I don't know, like, what are the odds that somebody's going to be on Twitch and saying like, I want to see somebody playing a game from 1995. But yeah, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you like this game. I love this game. I'm always down to, you know, talk about classic Nintendo, and, like, share memories and stuff. Nope, I'm losing it. Don't kill bees in real life. Well, don't kill the good ones. We need them, yo. But, hornets, yeah, get rid of them. Don't eat them. Let's see. 9:15. I'm trying to decide how much further I want to keep going, but I'll keep going. Yeah, I don't know if zingers are, if there is a consistent, if zingers are wasps or hornets, like you said. I believe they are referred to as both within the series. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head for sure, but either way, all I know is like there's that one level called Hornet Hole. So there's the sniffle again. I noticed that one. I don't know if there have been a lot of sniffles that have gone unnoticed by me, but if there have been, I apologize. I don't know if I even like sound stuffed up, but I kinda am, and I don't know why. I guess it's just allergies. But I should mention, mystery viewer. You know, don't feel obligated to participate in chat. If you are here and you're just watching and you're chilling and like maybe you have it on in the background or something, that is fucking amazing and thank you. You know, anyone who is here, anyone who is watching, anyone who is hearing my words right now, whether it is live or in the future, thank you very much. I really appreciate that, and I hope that this is something I can continue to do just as like a fun thing, you know. I don't plan to become famous through this or make this my livelihood or anything, but it's just something I think it would be nice to, you know, play some video games I like and talk to friends. That's really all I'm asking for here. I will definitely tune in for more Super Nintendo games. There will definitely be more Super Nintendo games. Because I think, at least as far as like, you know, whatever you would consider a classic consoles, out of all the classic consoles, Super Nintendo's my favorite, whether it be solely because of nostalgia or like clouded by nostalgia, or if it really did, oh gosh, or if it really did have like, it does have a lot of my favorite games. Like I said, this, Yoshi's Island, the first Donkey Kong Country, Mario World, Mario All-Stars is a great, you know, little like batch of remakes to have. Kirby's Dream Land 3, Kirby Superstar, Mega Man X. What else? Gosh, I have a lot, so there could potentially be Super Nintendo streams for a long time. If this is indeed a thing that I keep doing and people watch, so. I mean, the Super Nintendo was my first console. I mean, like a home console. Like prior to that, I had the Game Boy when I was very young, and I mean even the Super Nintendo that came out when I was like very young. I probably started playing it when I was like 2 or 3 with Mario World. So yeah, this is like more or less my first big introduction to video games out of the outside of the Game Boy. I just have I have a lot of good memories with this system that I don't really have many for future home consoles, or even like more recent ones. I mean, I find I have more memories of games that are on portable systems because of the fact that, like, I'll remember, like, where I was when I was playing it, like, or if I was doing a particular thing. But my memories of, like, the Super Nintendo or the Nintendo 64 are mostly just me in my basement playing a game and just, like, hanging out with my brother. Which is great, but it's not as varied as a handheld would be, because my memories of like later Game Boy into Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance, like, gosh, I have a lot of like vacations or going to like friends' houses, or I have a lot of memories of like going to my brother's soccer games and just because like when I was like too young to stay home alone, and he did sniffle traveling soccer and stuff, and I did not do sport because no good at sport. Did I miss something? Or was I, like, so zoned out that I got a bonus and didn't even realize it? Anyway. Yeah, I have a lot of memories of playing Game Boy at, like, my brother's soccer games. Here it is. This is what I thought I missed. And, like, at the time... Oh, boy. I knew that was gonna happen. At the time, like, I fucking hated having to go to, like, the soccer games. Not because I didn't want to support him, but it was like, I want to be home playing video games. I want to be home on the computer, or, like, whatever. But, you know, looking back, I really did enjoy those, and, like, going to, like, all those different places, and, like, just kind of, like, hanging out and playing my Game Boy. And, like, talking to, like, the people I knew there, like, who were, like, the brothers and sisters of other players on his team that were also not good sport people, like myself. So, like, there was, like, a few friend connections with that, and, you know, it's nice to look back on. Did I really fucking do that again? I'm sorry, I ruined the nice lives. We had it all. We had it all, and I threw it away. I tried to be good at sports. Yeah, so did I. I mean, I tried soccer a couple times because my dad was a big soccer player when he was younger. And I guess that's the reason my brother got into it as well. But he was actually good, and he actually liked it. And I was not good, and I did not like it. And not even because I wasn't good, I just really didn't fucking like it. And I tried it like 2 seasons, and I was like, nope. And that was like the only sport I played until high school. I joined the golf team, I think my freshman year, because I do like golf. But it was like barely anything, because like there were more people signed up for the golf team than could actually be on the team. And I didn't make the actual team because I wasn't good enough. But at least I got to, like, go to the local course a few times and just, like, play and dick around. So that was probably, like, my best sport experience, and it wasn't really even anything. Here we go. Now we got nice lives. Nice. How has, I've not asked in a while, how has the quality been? Whoopsie. You weren't supposed to see that if you didn't know that this was on the Wii U. Yeah, how has the quality been? I don't know what to look for in all these stats that I'm being shown. I mean, it's...
I guess it's saying 51 dropped frames, but 0.0%. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, nobody said anything, so I assume things have been fine.
Hello, my name is Victor. How are you doing? Hi, Victor.
I'm doing pretty good. How are you? Thank you for coming. I apologize. I might be ending. Not very soon, but like in a little bit. Like you're here near like the tail end. But thank you for coming. I appreciate that. You can always if you really find this interesting, I guess you could go back and watch the VOD later on, but hopefully it turns out well and like it's not like corrupted or something. I never know what's gonna happen with anything, so excuse me. And we're gonna jump over everything, and there's the coin. There we go. Ah, shoot. I think I fucked this up. I never know which fucking chest is the right one, so I'm just gonna...
Have you ever felt a pregnant belly kick or move before? Dad.
Is that what we're doing? I haven't. And honestly... Whoops. The fuck was that? Honestly, I would like to never feel that. No interest. I have no interest in the miracle of life. I'm sorry. I know how disappointing that must be, but not for me. One thing in the GBA remake, the hitboxes on the bananas and also like these stars is much more forgiving. Whoop. And some of these collect the stars bonuses can be done very quickly and very easily in those.
I witnessed the miracle of life today in The Sims, but
This is as far as I'm gonna go. Congratulations! No! No! Fuck. Nice. Congratulations on your baby sim. Boy, we are getting... Good gameplay hour is over, folks. Now is when I fall apart. Now is when Grandpa Nico has been going on for too long. Guarantee you, I'm gonna fuck up the DK coin in Web Woods. Are you serious? If this is indicative of anything, Web Woods may have to be done several times. Oh my god, I almost jumped off again. No, fuck. Oh boy. I knew I shouldn't have done that because I didn't have Dixie. Oh! Oh my god. Boy. Boy, I apologize. That's right, I don't have to get the DK coin again, at least. Which, if, you know, if I can do this the way I normally do it, I will be passing in front of the DK coin anyway. That is not usually a thing that screws me up, but, hey, you never know what's gonna happen. See, like I normally would have done this, and it would have been fine, and it would have looked cool. And I would have done that, and you guys would not have lost respect for me. But I don't blame you for doing so. You don't have to say it, I know.
Do you know the parrot shoot panic trick?
Depends on which one you mean. If you mean one like going through the entire level without ever touching the parrot, I know of it. I've never done it. I mean, I've seen that pulled off and it's pretty fucking badass, but I don't think I could do it. I am, look, I don't like to toot my own horn. And the fact that I'm saying that is, you know, should be an indicator of such. But I like to think that I am generally above average at most video games, at least the ones that I play. But when I say I'm good at video games, what I mean is I am good at what they intended me to do. So when you start getting into like a lot of the tricks that they manage to pull off in speedruns and stuff, that is beyond my comprehension and beyond what my mortal fingers are capable of. So I don't think we're going to be seeing a whole lot of really epic moments on this stream. May get lucky once in a while, but I don't guarantee anything. Good as opposed to whatever great means. Yes, it's all subjective. It's all relative. It don't matter. None of this matters. See, like, that was good. That was me being good because I didn't even need the TNT barrel to get the last B. So, suck on that. And I will see you at GDQ next year. No. That's exactly what I mean. Is I can do like little things like that that may be mildly impressive to somebody. Just like a little thing that's like, oh yeah, cool, I didn't know you could do that. But beyond that, no. I don't have that power. Even when I'm playing with power. Super power. Play it loud. See that? Look, I just like instinctively went to funky. Just like, if I come back to this, I'm probably just gonna have a suspend point. I'm not gonna like restart. It doesn't fucking matter. How many fucking coins do I have? My lives are still nice. $78 coins. 2 to save here and there is not going to break the bank, and is also not even really necessary.
Audio's suddenly a little ahead.
Audio of like audio of me, or like the captured audio is suddenly like desyncing from the video. Maybe it's time to stop. Maybe this is going on. This is going on too long for it to handle. And I had that issue actually yesterday when I was testing all this, but it was inconsistent based on where I watched the video back, and when I watched it live. I was live, and I watched it. I had my brother do whatever on the game, and I went and watched it on his computer, and I said the same thing. That the audio was slightly ahead, and then I pulled it up on my phone. I pulled the stream up on my phone, and the audio was directly in sync. Then I had the video playing back, and I watched the video on Twitch. I downloaded the video, I exported it to YouTube, and I watched the Twitch video on multiple devices, and like every way I watched the video, sometimes the audio desync was there, and sometimes it wasn't, and I can't figure out why that would be. So, I mean, it is something I will try to figure out, especially if it gets really bad, let me know. Because that is like I hate that. That was a problem I used to have making Flash cartoons with audio desync. I had to worry about that all the time. It's audio desync, now that I think of it, has been the biggest thorn in my side. Like, no matter what I try to fucking do, there's audio desync. I bet if I did stand-up, if I went on stage and started doing stand-up, somehow the microphone would pick up my words at a different speed than my mouth was going, and it would look like I'm not actually talking. That would happen to me.
Yeah, I tried resetting the player, and
let me know if that makes any difference. I mean, hopefully it's not going to affect the final recording, but I mean, like I said, this is not a professional operation by any means. So I kind of just have to deal with some things and hope I can A, figure out how to fix them, and if not, just hope they don't happen in the future. Are you gonna jump, or... There we go. Oh, I thought I killed him. He's gonna have a heart attack. Not a heart attack, but... I was going to be upset with myself. That Rare logo. Would love to start seeing that in some Nintendo games again. Well, maybe not. I don't know. Who's even at Rare anymore? I'll just take Banjo and Smash. I'm happy enough with that. Alright. Moment of truth. We gonna get this? Got it. Don't have to do the entirety of Webwoods again. So there's that. We got, I'm gonna do, I think I should have enough coins for this Lost World level. Oh, I don't. No, wait, that's not, I should have 15 right now. Did I miss something? Or... Hold on. I thought I should have, unless the boss gives you the 15th coin. Alright, have some more of my banana coins, wrinkly. Let me actually use Funky real quick and see if I did in fact miss something somewhere. I probably won't go back and like get it right now. I did. You know what? I am gonna go back and get it right now. What did I miss in here? I got this bonus, right? Or, I mean, both of these bonuses? I did this one. So we'll do this. I'll get the Creme coin I need. We'll do the Lost World level. Yeah, I got that one. And then we'll do the boss, and then I think we'll call it a night. Yeah, we're like 2.5 hours, and that's kind of longer than I expected myself to last, so... Was this the one I did? Yeah, how did I must not have been paying attention. I must have been busy yapping about something. So that's good, it was right in the beginning at least.
You got the DK coin. Oh wait, Creme coins are not DK.
Yeah, yeah. Creme coins are the ones you get from the bonuses, except in the Lost World, where, because you'd need Creme coins to get into the Lost World, so why would you get Creme coins from the Lost World, even though they did that with the bonus coins in Donkey Kong Country 3. It doesn't matter. Creme coins are the ones you need to enter the Lost World. DK coins are literally just for full completion, and for Cranky to be proud of you, and to be better than Mario at the end of the game. Thought I was gonna make that. Get out of here. This is really Dixie. Dixie is best Kong. And I will fight you on that. And she should have been in DK64 instead of her sister or cousin or whoever Tiny was supposed to be in relation to her. But I mean, I spend, excuse me, most of the time in DKC2 and 3 as Dixie. And you know what? Tropical Freeze as well. Unless another Kong is required, like in a moment where you need Cranky to like bounce across some spikes or something, that you would have to damage boost as Dixie otherwise, I am always Dixie in Tropical Freeze. She's just good. She's very good. That ponytail twirl, excellent. She's the best member of the DK crew. So this, if you fuck up the bonus area in this level, you have to do the whole level again. Similar to how if you fucked up the DK coin in Web Woods, you would have to do the whole level again. And, it's a lot less forgiving in the GBA version. I think I fucked this up, the timing on this, but, oops. I didn't fuck up the timing, but I fucked up the landing. The bonus area in this level, when you where you exit it is you get immediately entered into a barrel that will only shoot you down to the end of the level target. So if you mess it up, whether or not you get the Creme coin from the bonus, you have essentially completed the level, and we'll have to do it all over again if you missed it. But like I said, it's a lot less forgiving in the GBA version because of like the hitboxes and like I don't know what they did. You'll see in a moment. But this version's not much of a problem. So you're kind of supposed to just wait for it to run out here instead of shooting when you get there. Which makes the timing on the zingers a lot easier here. Love that noise. I don't know why. It's a satisfying noise when you kill the cat of nine tails. Ah, shit. That. Fuck. Yep. I needed them both. I mean, I might have been able to have the cat of nine tails throw me, like get caught in his tails and get thrown up into the bonus barrel, but that's very hit or miss, I think. Hit or miss in the sense that sometimes he picked you up in his tails, sometimes he just kills you, and you also never really know where he's gonna fling you, so might as well just die and go back. I love... Oops. What did I just say? I'm not supposed to wait there. And I lost Dixie. I love these lava levels, these lava caves in this game. I don't know why they feel so cozy to me, but they do. I don't know if it like brings up a vague memory of something or if it just, you know, looks aesthetically pleasing to me, but I fucking love it. Same with like the lava caves in Yoshi's Island, and I will probably mention that when I play that game too. I just... It just looks comforting for some reason, even though it's a cave full of lava. Plus, the music is great. I mean, that goes without saying. Like, how many times have I said tonight, David Wise made a boppin' fucking soundtrack. It's lit as hell. Now, did I lose or did I gain viewers from saying lit as hell? And did I gain or lose friends from it? Is the real question. Doesn't fucking matter, I'm getting the bonus. Sorry, I'm just treating you to the sound of zingers and bonus music. I thought you might enjoy that. We're good. We are apparently at 4 viewers instead of just 2, but yes, but I looked when I said that, and there were 5 viewers. So somebody did fucking leave because I said that. Or they left because I acknowledged that somebody might leave, and they did it out of spite. And whoever you are, I salute you. That was the right choice. Anyway, I think we're gonna end after this boss. Which, I mean, if... I probably will come back to this game. But this doesn't leave a lot of game left. This is kind of an awkward spot to stop. I probably should have stopped at the beginning of this world. But, you know, we'll see whatever the fuck I decide to do. When more streams happen, if more streams happen. And what else I mean, I don't know what I want to play. Oh, hi there. Oh shit. Didn't realize where the barrel spawned. And there we go.
Clearly you put 2 games on the schedule for next time.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about, like, switching between stuff. Like, how easy or hard of a process that's going to be. Depending on, like, what system they're on. Like, I mean, like, yeah, if I do another thing that I have loaded on the Wii U, then that's fine. Otherwise, it might... I don't know if it's gonna, like, fuck anything up, because, like I said earlier, I had some weird, unexpected difficulties, like, right before I went live. So, like I said, a learning process. Its streaming is also very finicky and random. So, I don't know. Anyway, I saved, right? Let's save again. Let's visit Wrinkly because she dies soon. So, spoilers for DK64. Wrinkly dies. Yeah. Okay, we're good. So, let me do that. Look at that. I can do scene transitions. So yeah, thank you, everyone who was here at any point in the evening. Thank you all for coming. This turned out uh, way better than I expected. I mean, I'll have to go back and watch the VOD and listen to how I sound and listen to how the game sounds and any like we were saying near the end with any desync issues. Hopefully, not a big problem. But yeah, that went a lot better than I would have expected it to go. I do not have much self-confidence, nor do I have confidence in streaming in general. I am surprised that I have not actually been offline this entire time, and this is all in my head. But as far as I can tell, I am very much awake, and this was very much a thing that happened. So again, thank you for coming. Thank you for chatting. If you were in the chat, thank you, Sam, for keeping up with me. Hopefully, we'll do more things. I don't know what games I'm gonna do. Like I said, I have a whole list. I'm gonna again try to find out what is the best time to be doing this when more people are like available. I don't know if like my tweets reach anybody or any of that, so I don't know. Well, hopefully this will be a growing thing. I would love that very much. This was fun. I had fun. And I would like to continue having fun and talking and, just chilling and playing some of my favorite games. So I hope you all enjoyed if you were here. Thank you once more. And have a good night. Or if it's not night where you are, have a good time. And take care. Thanks for coming. I'll see you guys later.